Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be making a collab recipe with OhCrowGal. So go subscribe, go watch her video. And I'm going to be making a chicken enchilada recipe. I will show you how I make it, so stick around. So for this recipe, you're going to need 2 cups of broth, bone broth if you have it. If not, get some good chicken broth that doesn't have sugar in it. Salsa verde, this is no sugar added as well. Salt and pepper, obviously. 2 to 4 cups of shredded chicken. You can use thighs, breasts, you can get it off a rotisserie chicken. If you're in a pinch, use canned chicken, whatever you got. These are chicken thighs that I've shredded up, that I cooked in the Instant Pot. You're going to need a can of green chilies. Now I'm using my freeze-dried green chilies, but you can use the small cans that you get at the store. You're going to need garlic, salt and pepper, which I think I said that. You're going to need some deli slices, so either chicken or turkey deli slices. These are the ones I got at Aldi. I like it because it's a big container. It's uncured, no nitrates, all that good stuff. And they're long, so this I might have to double up, but we'll see. Last time I made it, I used the thicker kind, so we'll see. You're also going to need some sour cream, a glass pan or a lasagna type pan to cook it in. I think that's a 9x9, I'm not positive. You're going to need some shredded cheese. Now, last time I made it, I used pepper jack. I've got cheddar, and I've also got some leftover mozzarella and some pepper jack slices. I may lay some of these on top of it as well, just to give it a hotter taste. And those are the ingredients for our enchiladas. So I'm going to get this going and I will show you what we're going to do next. Alright guys, so in this pot, I'm going to put 2 cups of this broth into the pot here. Give or take. And so that's about, how much is in here? 32 ounces is in here. So I'll have some left over to use for something else, for sure. I just haven't gotten my bone broth made this week. All right, so I got 2 cups of that. I'm going to bring that to warm it up, and I'm going to put some sour cream in there with it. About a cup of sour cream. Take a spoon. Into my container here. All right. Yeah. I'm going to put my sour cream right in there with it. And I'm also going to add my green chilies to this. Now, if you're using the canned green chilies, go ahead and you can throw the juice and everything in there. Since I am using my freeze-dried Thrive Life green chilies, I'm just going to eyeball about how much I would find in a can of those little cans from the store. And it's going to mix in with that. So I'm going to just warm all this up. And I know my burner's, this is not the right size burner, but that's okay. I'm just using it because my chicken's in my way. Alright, so I'm going to let that warm up. And then we will thicken this up with some xanthan gum here in a minute after it gets warmed up. Those green chilies get rehydrated. Also going to put some salt and pepper in here. Probably about a teaspoon of each. And I'm going to put the recipe in the description, guys. So I'll have all the measurements written out for you guys. A little bit more. I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. You could also add cumin to this if you like. I am out of cumin, so I'm not going to be putting cumin in this time. So I'm going to let that warm up, and then we're going to thicken it up. And so right now I'm going to get the chicken mixture ready. So let me grab a bowl and show you what we're going to do to that. All right, into the chicken mixture, you're going to chop up really finely 1 small onion, or if you want to cut back on carbs, you can put a little bit less than it. I'm using my freeze-dried onions, so this is a little bit less than 1/3 of a cup of the freeze-dried chopped onions into the chicken mixture. And I'm also going to add a cup of our cheese into that. And I'm pretty good at knowing about a big handful is about a cup of cheese, give or take, into that mixture. We're also going to add some salt, garlic, and pepper to this. A little garlic. I would also add cumin if I had some cumin to this mixture. I'm just going to mix this all together. The freeze-dried onions, guys, give such really great flavor. That's why I like to use them, and you don't have to chop them or cry. Unless you're needing something like for fajitas or something like that, where you want sliced onions, or for burgers, and these freeze-dried onions are great for other recipes. All right, I'm gonna get back to the sauce and let that thicken up, and I'll show you what happens. Okay, so I've gotten this heated up a little bit. I'm gonna take some xanthan gum. I'm gonna start with a teaspoon, a little over, and put that in there, and I'm gonna mix that up. That's gonna help thicken it. That's what I use instead of cornstarch to thicken up my sauces. And once I get this to a nice creamy thickness, that's what I'm going to use to top my enchiladas with. So I'm just going to let that sit here and continue to warm, and it will start to thicken up as it sits here and simmers. Okay, so meanwhile, back on the farm, you see how these are kind of stuck together when you take them out? So I use 2 of them, make them a little bit longer, and we're going to start assembling them. Let me turn my sauce down a little bit over here. So I'm just going to take a spoon of the chicken mixture and put it in the middle of each one, like so. You don't want to overstuff them, because then it's just going to fall out, right? And I tend to overstuff. These are going to have about 1 carb each when you're totally done with the whole recipe. Turn that down. So once you have your chicken mixture in there, you're going to carefully roll it and just place it in a line like so. Doubling it kind of makes it just hold together a little bit better. If you have like the Applegate chicken, it will hold together really well, so you probably won't have to double it. And plus there's less than a thing of that. This was just a little bit more affordable, so that's why I chose these. And I'm going to keep on going. Okay, so I had enough for 13 enchiladas. I don't know what size. I don't know if this is a 9x9 pan. I should measure it, but it's just your basic glass casserole size. It's not square, it's rectangle. And I am now going to add the sauce to the top of it. And as you'll see, my sauce has thickened up. I added 1 more teaspoon of that xanthan gum to it. If I had a couple more pieces of lunch meat, I could have filled up the pan, but I used everything in the container, so if I hadn't had doubled it, I could have made it all work, but I wanted to make sure that they were thick. Alright, so I poured that all over the top. Now I'm just going to top it with my cheese. Actually, we're going to do these slices first. So I suggest shredded cheese, obviously, but I need to use these up, and I like that they're pepper jack, so that's why I want to use them. So I'm just gonna lay them across the top. Use what you got, right? So I'm gonna lay these across the top, and I'm also gonna add some cheddar. Paper. You don't want to cook the paper. I'm determined to cook the paper, y'all. Anyway, I'm going to lay all these across the top without the paper, like so. And then this one I will just tear and fill in there. And now I'm going to, oops, so sorry guys. Now I'm going to lay some shredded cheddar across this. My filming skills are on point today, guys. Alright, so 2 kinds of cheeses. I'm just going to throw a little bit on this because this could be used for something else. Alright, so now I'm going to stick it in the oven at 350. You want to cook it until about 30 minutes until this is all bubbly and brown, just like you would a lasagna or something like that. So I will also put that in the description how long I cooked it, but I'm guessing that last time I cooked this, I did it for 30 minutes, but I will let you know as soon as it comes out. Okay, before I forget, which I stuck it in the oven for 5 seconds and forgot, you're going to top with a little bit of the salsa verde, if I can get it open. My hands are all cheesy now. Let me get it open. I'll be back. Alright, got it open. Now I'm just going to, actually, let me shake it up a little bit because it gets so, you know how it is, it's all at the bottom. Alright, now I'm going to drizzle some on the top. And this is, like I said, no sugar added salsa verde. You can also put some of this on the bottom of the pan before you start, if you want to. Okay, now I'm going to stick it in the oven at 350. Alright, y'all, it's out of the oven. 30 minutes in the oven at 350, nice and brown and bubbly. You're going to want to let it probably sit here for about 30 minutes before you cut into it to eat. And that's what's for dinner tonight. Hey guys, just wanted to tell you that I put everything into my FitnessPal, and with everything that I added, except for my FitnessPal was wanting to give me pre-shredded cheese, so that upped it a little bit. With the pre-shredded cheese, it was giving it to be like 2.8 carbs per enchilada, but since I use the other, that will lower that a little bit. Also, if you don't put onions, that will take some carbs down too. So mine came out to be about 2.8 carbs each, and that is as is how I made it, except for, like I said, my FitnessPal was calculating for pre-shredded cheese, so that will take a little bit of that off, so maybe 2 carbs each. And it'll vary depending on how much of what you put in it, right? And what cheese you use and all that good stuff, what sour cream you use. And you could cut down on the onions, you could use a little less green chilies, whatever you wanted. But just wanted to let you guys know, for you guys that somebody's going to ask me, I know, what were the exact macros of it, but that's what the carbs are. I don't have the other macros. I'll let y'all put it into yours because it's going to vary with what you put in it and what cheese you buy and what lunch meat you buy and all that stuff. So I'll let you calculate it with what you have when you buy it, because you'll get a closer idea of what the carb count is. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down below if you make this recipe, if you make any tweaks, or if you liked it. So put that down in the comments. Also, don't forget to go subscribe to OhCrowGal. I said girl earlier, but it is gal. I will put that up above, and watch her video.